So,
Last week,
yeah,
or last time we did this, I pretty handily mollywopped you
Mollywop.
at this argument.
It was 29-71, I think.
29 to all the rest of the world.
For new viewers,
Voting
we should say that
It was Facebook gaming.
Yeah, we were
which
debating
is
Facebook games.
The worst thing to happen to
And
the
I-
internet ever.
I had to disagree with that point.
Even worse than GeoCities.
Even worse than GeoCities.
Worse than that playing GIF.
Right.
Right. This week,
Um,
we've got some more topics in this.
Yeah.
Head crabs, buttocks.
It's his mouth, it's not his bum.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to grab one at random. There's a few in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this one.
As you do that, I'll explain the rules. Timur's going to pick a random subject. He has to make a point, and I have to naturally disagree with his point. I disagree with everything he says anyway, so...
Because you enjoy being wrong most of the
No,
time.
it's because you're always wrong, Timur.
I'm always right.
Well, what's next?
Alright, we've got the Wii U launch.
Right, okay. Wii launch.
So
So you have to make an opinion. We've got 3 minutes, and I have to disagree with that opinion.
Right.
What are you coming with?
Okay, I think that the Wii U launch lineup is Nintendo's best ever. Okay, so here we
Right,
go.
okay, go.
Go. I think it's the best launch ever because it's got it doesn't have a killer app, but it's got a lot of variety there. First party games include, well, most of the first party games include Mario U, which is not something new and fresh, but still an amazing game.
Yeah.
Great in co-op, great to play with friends. You know, it
Mm.
uses the Wii U gamepad really well. Nintendo Land, which, from what I'm hearing from the guys at O&M who are discussing it and talking about it
Yeah.
constantly, is really good. There's a few
Yeah.
shaky games in there, but for the most part, some really good games in there, especially the Metroid one. Metroid one looks awesome, which I love, and I love that series. So
It's interesting you do mention the Metroid one because obviously Nintendo Land has a list of Nintendo franchises packaged in the game. You have F-Zero, you have Metroid, but what you're really missing is any games based on those franchises. So those games, of course, will come.
Right.
Of course they will. But we're talking about the launch here, and I just think what it clearly is missing is that killer app, as you mentioned.
Like I said though, I mean the sheer variety of it makes
Yeah.
up for that. I think there's a Mario game there which it has a baseline quality.
Yeah.
Nintendo's Mario games are always good. I mean Zombie U is something.
You say
new.
baseline quality. I'm going to interrupt you. You say baseline quality, but the SNES had Super Mario World, which is like still one of the best games of all
Yeah.
time. The N64 had Mario 64,
Right.
and the Wii had.
It's
I mean,
got
the GameCube had-
it's got a really good Mario game. What more do you want?
Well,
Like
yeah,
it's a good
okay.
Mario game. Then there's Zombie U, which is seemingly like
Zombie U
it's
looks
really
really good.
Like
Yeah, it does look really good.
atmosphere uses the gamepad uniquely, and then there's third-party games. Loads of third-party games in the launch window that are like Mass Effect, Batman. Obviously, if you've played these games again, there's not much incentive to play again. But a
What
lot of
did you-
Nintendo fans, people who have Nintendo consoles
Yeah.
and are buying into Nintendo, don't have other consoles and might not have played those games. So imagine being the person who hasn't played Mass Effect 3, who hasn't played Batman, and is getting that console right now. That's an
I'm not sure.
amazing
I'm not
launch
sure
lineup.
how many of those people exist that haven't played Mass Effect 3 but still actually want to.
I know
play Mass Effect
personally
3.
of a bunch of people that are die-hard Nintendo fans. They will not go anywhere else but Nintendo, and
Right.
they are
Okay.
absolutely
The problem
ecstatic
is,
at it.
not only. I mean, first of all, Super Mario World on the SNES is one of the best games of all time, and
Right.
Super Mario 64 on the N64 is clearly one of the best games of all time.
Right.
They're magical,
Yeah, but these are like-
beautiful games.
I mean, things change now. I mean,
but the thing is that
what was the GameCube's killer
not
app?
only that, but the
What was the
but
GameCube's killer app?
The GameCube's
I mean,
killer
the-
was
the-
Metroid Prime, but it wasn't the launch game.
Exactly. There you go then.
Yeah, but the point, it doesn't change the fact the N64 and the SNES may have had better launches. I mean, the N64 only had 2 games for launch
Right.
or something like that, but it was still really good quality. And I just think it's missing that killer app. Plus
I think-
also,
I really
also
think the variety
ports.
makes up for it.
Well, you mentioned Mass Effect 3, but apparently the ports.
I'll talk
of
about
these-
ports and then talk about
these-
and not
the-
mention Twilight Princess. That is the most heinous port of all time.
What do you mean?
Like you
It's
take
fine.
a game for the GameCube, it's made ready to rock,
Yeah.
and then you delay
And
it.
they did
and
release it
you
for
hold
the
on to
GameCube.
it, and just to stick it in a
Time is
Wii
gone.
U.
Time is gone.
That
Right.
was a shitty port.
Oh, right, okay. So, we'll put it to the viewers. If you think Timur is right, which he's not, vote for him. If you think I'm right, which is correct, vote for me. We'll put a poll underneath the video and we'll discuss the results next week. At the moment, it's 1-0 to Timur, so if you could vote for me, that
Don't beg for votes. not really classy at
Don't.
all.
I'm not begging for votes, but if you could. Anyway, we'll see you next week.